Somewhere in your mind, a face is already waiting. You've never seen it before, but thousands of people across the world have dreamed of the exact same man, same face, same eyes, same expression that doesn't belong on a human being. That alone should disturb you. But here's what's worse, that's number 10 on this list. Because the internet has spent decades quietly building something. A collection of creatures, images, and entities that don't just scare you, they follow you. People have reported seeing it, not online, not in a video, in real life, standing in the dark. Here are the 10 internet entities that psychologically disturbed millions. Number 10. This man. In 2006, a psychiatrist in New York sketched a face. A patient had been dreaming of a stranger same man every night, whispering things they couldn't remember when they woke up. The psychiatrist drew what they described and pinned it to the wall. Another patient walked in, pointed at the sketch. That's him. Within months, over 2,000 people across 15 countries reported dreaming of the exact same face. Wide forehead, dark eyebrows, an expression sitting somewhere between concerned and predatory. Nobody identified him. Nobody came forward. What makes this genuinely unsettling is that several people reported dreaming of him before they ever saw the image. Not after, before, and some of them still do. Number 9. The Expressionless. Newark, New Jersey, 1972. A woman arrived at a hospital emergency room in a white gown soaked in blood. She was holding a cat, or what remained of one. She was completely silent. Nurses said, looking at her face, felt physically wrong. Not frightening exactly. Wrong. Like something wearing a human body, that had studied how humans were supposed to look, but had never actually felt anything. Then she smiled. The room went still, because that smile didn't come from a person. It came from something that had learned what smiling meant without understanding why anyone would do it. Hospital records from that night don't officially exist. The story spread slowly across forums, not because it was graphic, because it described something that lives in the oldest part of your brain, the part that recognizes when something human is not. Number 8. Jeff the Killer. You already know the image. White skin, no eyelids, a carved smile that should not be on a face. Jeff appeared in 2008. The original image was badly edited, low quality, and became one of the most psychologically damaging pieces of internet media ever uploaded. Not because it looked real, because it almost did. That's the entire mechanism. Scientists call it the uncanny valley, the biological revulsion triggered by something human-shaped, but wrong in a way you can't identify. Number 7. Momo. The eyes were too large. The smile knew something. In 2018, Momo began appearing inside children's YouTube videos. No warning. Just suddenly there, interrupting cartoons, staring directly into the camera. Pediatric psychiatrists logged a spike in sleep disorders tied directly to exposure. Parents described their children stopping mid-sentence and staring at screens with an expression that didn't look like fear. It looked like recognition, as if they'd seen that face somewhere before. Somewhere they couldn't point to. Number 6. Slender Man. No face. That's what everyone forgets. Slender Man wasn't frightening because of what he looked like. He was frightening because of what he didn't. Tall, suited, faceless, appearing in the background of ordinary photographs, standing where he shouldn't be. Your mind fills the gap automatically, and whatever your mind puts there is worse than anything a designer could place. In 2014, two 12-year-old girls stabbed a classmate to appease him. That's not a horror story. That's a sentence from a real court filing. The internet created something that walked out of screens and into the physical world. Nobody was ready for that. Number 5. The Smiling Man. It's a empty street. A man is dancing alone on the sidewalk ahead of you. No music. No phone. Just moving slowly. A dark, Then he turns and sees you and smiles. The smiling man started as a Reddit account, someone describing a real encounter on a late night walk. But the details spread because they hit something specific. Not supernatural fear. Human fear. The fear of a person behaving in a way that has no explanation. A smile too wide. Movement too deliberate. Eyes that stay on you as he walks closer. People who read it started checking their windows. Some of them still do. Number 4, Mandela Catalogue alternates. These don't look like monsters. That's the problem. They look like people. They look like someone standing in your house wearing the face of someone you love. But the smile is slightly delayed. The eyes don't move right. The expression lingers 1 second longer than it should. The Mandela Catalogue built its horror around one specific fear: the people around you may not be who you think they are. Something could replace a person, and you would almost not notice. Viewers started watching differently after. Not just the videos, the people in their actual lives. That's when something crosses a line. Number 3, the Rake. It doesn't scream. It doesn't run. It sits at the edge of your bed and watches you sleep. Gaunt white body, fingers too long, eyes that catch light in the dark the way an animal's do. Accounts appeared across separate forums years before anyone gave it a name, from people who had never spoken to each other, describing the same thing in the same detail. The specific psychological effect. Sufferers cannot sleep facing away from the room. Because the Rake doesn't attack immediately, it waits, and waiting is worse than anything it could do. Number 2, SCP-096. There is an image of its face somewhere on the internet. You may have already seen it without knowing. SCP-096 doesn't move until you look at it. It doesn't matter where you are. The moment you see its face, 1 pixel of it buried in the background of a photo, it begins moving toward you. It cannot be stopped. It does not get tired. What the internet did with this was unexpected. People started zooming into photographs, checking backgrounds obsessively. The fear wasn't the creature. The fear was what you might have already seen. Number 1, Valak. Every entry on this list lives inside screens. Valak doesn't. Demonological texts documented this entity centuries before the internet, before film, before anyone reading this was born. The Conjuring films gave it a face for modern audiences. What followed was different from any other horror release. People reported seeing that face outside theaters, in hallways, in mirrors, in the half-second before sleep, when the mind is open and unguarded. Some described a face that didn't match the film. Something older, something that had been there longer. Every creature on this list triggered the same response. Something almost human, wrong in a way you feel before you can name it.